Oh, you guys can't hear me yet. There we go. Now you can hear me. What up, what up, what up? How is everybody doing? We're back. We're refreshed. We are still waiting for the one and only Juan Kraken Adams. And if we don't get him on here in the next 10, 15 minutes, we'll reschedule it. I'll go live as soon as I do get him on. But he's his training camp, I was told, could go a little longer than expected today, his training session. So that's what we're waiting for. If it happens, it happens. Great. Andre, take two, absolutely. Twins threatening, one out, runner on first and second, bottom of the second. Absolutely, Andre. Let's start the barbershop talk. What do you guys want to talk about? Jared, what's going on, buddy? I'm doing fantastic. Another day, another dollar. Trying to stay healthy, trying to eat healthy, keep that weight off. 23 pounds. Got an early kick to the summer program. Dad bod no more, as somebody said earlier. I know I'm ready to rock and roll. UFC. It's coming up. 3 hours. And I will be leaving. Andre, nothing wrong with healthy, but I mean, I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. I probably wasn't on the healthiest path when before everything went down. And I got a quick little new leash on life, that's for sure. For everybody that's not on board our UFC fight package, if you guys want a free fight pick, there's one on the website. All you got to do is go to the website, cappersdirect.com, click on the UFC tab, scroll down. You'll see an option for the free UFC fight pick. You get one fight pick and a write-up today, courtesy of 5 Dimes. I'll post the link to that one. But I'm telling you, if you really want to make money, get on board the entire package. Twins, one out, bases loaded. Oh, Greg, you can guarantee I'm going to have In-N-Out. In-N-Out, nothing wrong with In-N-Out. I think it's the eating 2 of them. 1-0 Twins, yep, sacrifice fly. I thought it was going to drop in for a base hit. Twins on the board. Got a little bit to do before the UFC event. Gotta go make a quick stop at one of the stores on the way. Head home, change, get ready. It's gonna be a blast tonight. I absolutely can't wait. I'll try not to eat some junk food. Juan is doing an interview for ESPN currently, so that's what we're waiting for. When that one wraps up, we should be next. 3-0 Twins. Very nice. Very nice. Oh yeah, I got it on right here. I wasn't watching though. So Andre said, how about some barbershop talk? What do you guys want to talk about? Who shall we roast? Start the shit talking already? So for everybody that's watching the UFC tonight, or on the fight package, or just a UFC fight fan in general, what fight are you guys most looking forward to tonight? Myself personally, I can't wait to watch the Jorge Masvidal and Ben Askren fight. I think that's going to be an amazing fight. I love how Ben calls him George, and says he's just going to put the beat down on him. I think it's going to be a great fight. Let's roast the first doctor that I went to. Yeah, no shit. That guy, he definitely deserves to be roasted. King Hayden, thank you, bud. I did see that you jumped on board the package, and I do appreciate that. And money. You're going to love it. Going to make a bunch of money, and we're all going to make a bunch of money, especially on the UFC and premium plays. Premium plays have been red hot. But yeah, Andre, that guy, he deserves to be roasted, that's for sure. That doctor fucked me up. Sent me home with a stomach bug for my appendix to rupture the next day when the CT scan said it was my appendix. Sat at home for a week with a ruptured appendix. Sorry, I'm double checking some stuff, making sure we're all good on our end. Absolutely, Andre, just straight stupid stuff. I mean, I don't know how he sent me home. I mean, it was in black and white, the CT scan, saying my appendix, and I guess that's just bad luck. I even questioned him. I said, hey, the CT scan says my appendix. You sure it's not my appendix? Nope, you got the stomach bug. Go home. Okay. We can go over. Yeah, Chido, it was insane. Had the CT scan. I was in so much pain they had to give me morphine. I mean, you're not in that much pain from a stomach bug that they got to give you morphine. And they still kicked me home with a stomach bug. Unbelievable. And a week later, finally went back. Literally a week later, I finally went back, but I went back to a different ER that time, and they ran another CT scan. And they're like, no, your appendix is ruptured. You've got a giant abscess. You need to go in for surgery immediately. You're not even sending you to a room. We're sending you straight to surgery. And that surgery didn't go well. They got halfway through it, and they realized it was worse than they expected. So they had to stop. And then went right back the very next day for the main one. And they weren't even expecting to take out my appendix that day. They were just trying to remove and drain that abscess, and then they were going to go back in later on. And then go back in later on and remove it. But he said it was so bad that they had no choice but to remove it right then and there, which I'm glad I don't have to go back in. Do see we got a bunch of new signups today. I recognize some of the names from posting on other people's YouTube channels. So for everybody that's came over to Cappers Direct, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're very, very, very happy to have each and every single one of you jumping on board, as well as all of our past clients that came back on board, current clients that are renewing, and current clients that are still on with us. We absolutely love having every single one of you, and I got to tell you guys, no doubt about it, I think we've got the best customers, the best clients in the industry. Yeah, Brian, about the malpractice insurance, I'm sure he does. I think every ER doctor does. You know, I don't know if I've got a claim or not, but I mean, it doesn't hurt. I'm definitely going to go speak to a medical malpractice lawyer, that's for sure, because, I mean, what's the worst that happens? They tell me no? I mean, it's bad enough that first ER doctor, I got to pay $1,800 to that hospital for them to misdiagnose me. So, I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? They tell me no, or maybe I get that bill covered, or maybe I get both bills covered. I know the second bill is pretty fucking big, excuse my language, so I'd love to get it covered. Oh, yeah, Andre, I'm definitely going to check it out. I mean, it was ultimately, I mean, definitely a life changer no matter what, so. But definitely it's worth a shot. What's it take? You know, a couple-minute phone call. Rangers on board. No outs, runner on first, leadoff runner on with a single. So we're going to give Juan about 10 more minutes, see what's going on. And then if I got to reschedule, reschedule. I mean, I could film this from my iPad. We could do this from my iPad later if we have to. Oh, yeah, Andre, definitely a mistake. I mean, you're in that much pain, you got to give somebody morphine, and you say it's a stomach bug, and a CT scan says it's an appendix. So we're definitely going to find out, that's for sure. That is for sure. So, who did everybody bet so far? Who'd you guys all bet? What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop up the MGM app and the Play MGM. We're going to go over the odds for the UFC events, or the UFC today. If it ever pops up. I got shitty service where I'm at sitting. I know it did the work for him, and he still butchered it somehow. He still butchered me. That's for sure. They actually just came out with odds for the main event for the Frankie Edgar and Max Holloway fight for UFC 240. Max Holloway's a minus 400 for that for UFC 240. I just heard from Juan. We should be good to go here very, very shortly. Juan Kraken Adams, UFC fighter, going to be coming on live with us here very shortly. Thank you, Gary. Hopefully I'm able to hear him and he's able to hear me, and we're able to make this successful. I've never ran the live interviews off of this system. I've always ran it off one of our older ones. So we're about to find out. Give me 1 second, folks. Who all in here is planning on watching the UFC event tonight? Nate, you're watching it. Very nice. Anybody planning on going? Andre, I'm sure there'll be some places that you can stream it, on some of the Russian sites. The ATDHE. Just Google ATDHE space 24. It'll pop up all the sites. I'm sure it'll be able to watch it there, so you don't have to buy it on pay-per-view. But you got to be careful. Get a bunch of viruses watching it on those sites and all that stuff. I always just pay the money and watch it pay-per-view if I'm at home. Rangers threatening 1 out, runners on first and second. I know we have one person on live that bet the under 5.5 first 5 on the Twins game. All right, guys, let's see if I can't connect this and get everything to work. Give me 1 second, folks. We're going to... All right, guys, give me 1 second. We're going to bring on... We got them sideways, but we got them on live. Let me put in my headphones, so hopefully I'm able to hear everything. Juan. Sideways, but we got them on live. Everybody welcome Juan Kraken Adams. How are you, sir? Everybody welcome Juan Kraken Adams. I think we're at... Give me 1 second, folks. We're trying to work out a little technical bug. All right, what we're going to do, guys, let me switch back over. Juan is actually, he's driving home from the gym right now. He just got done with his workout session. So Juan is he's driving home. He's going to get on board his laptop, and that way we've got good connection with him as soon as he gets home. So we'll be we had him on for just a split second, but the connection's not good. But we'll have him on board here in about 15-20 minutes. So either we can hang out live and shoot the shit for the next 15 minutes while he drives home from his workout. Or we can let's hang out. There it is. Andre says, let's hang out. We'll hang out. I got nothing to do. Not yet anyways. UFC tonight. Well, this afternoon. A couple more hours away. So I know what we were going to do. Let's go over some of the odds for tonight's fights. And a lot of the odds, a lot of the fights, really, really high juice fights. And a lot of the value is in some of the prop bets. A lot of value in some of the prop bets. 12 fights tonight. Let's take a look at that Hernandez and Vera fight. Marlon Vera minus 420. Hernandez plus 340. Kinzad and Avila. Avila minus 220. Kinzad plus 180. We're not going to go over all of them. We're just going to hit a few of them here. Diego Sanchez plus 290 against Michael Chiesa, who's a minus 350 favorite. Jan Blachowicz, Luke Rockhold minus 220. Blachowicz plus 180. Masvidal and Askren, Jorge Masvidal's plus 190, Askren minus 240. I've seen a little line movement there already. I think this morning, if I was correct this morning on the Play MGM app, because that's what I'm on right now. I'm on the Play MGM app. I'm pretty sure Ben Askren was minus 210 earlier. And here's the reasons why I bet offshore. I Play MGM, all these apps here in Vegas, all the casinos, I can't bet the over and unders. I can't bet who wins inside the distance, that so-and-so wins by submission, or the fight goes 5 rounds. I can't do any of that betting on any of the apps or in any of the casinos here in Las Vegas. So in order to have all the options, you got to bet offshore. 5 dimes is the best place to bet. Holly Holm and Amanda Nunez. Amanda minus 420. Holly Holmes plus 320. Big juice. Some big plus money on Holly Holmes. Thiago Santos and John Jones. Yahoo! John Jones minus 750 at Play MGM. Plus 475 for Thiago Santos. Or Santos, excuse me. Robert Holmes, welcome. Let's take a look at the Westgate app and see if the Westgate's got any different odds. See, at least the Westgate will give you the over and unders, and that's it. But as far as the props winning inside the distance and all that, not a chance. But for instance, the Westgate, John Jones is minus 650, whereas he was 750 at Play MGM. Ben Askren is minus 230, where he's minus 240 at Play MGM. So MGM's got a little higher juice on the favorites. Colin Jones has value up to minus 1,000. It was minus 900 this morning on Play MGM. He was minus 900. And at Mandalay Bay last night, he was minus 900. So about 15 more minutes, 10, 15 more minutes, guys. We'll have Juan Kraken Adams from the UFC on board, and it's going to be a great time. Ask him some questions, see how his training camp's going. Talk to him a little bit about his beef with former NFL player Greg Hardy. Juan called him out and got the fight that he wanted. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Twins in trouble. 2 outs, Rangers, bases loaded. All right, guys, give me 1 second. Actually, give me a minute. I'll be right back. All right, folks, we are back. We're back, just hanging out. Eight, 10 more minutes to go. We should have Mr. Juan Kraken Adams. Hold on 1 second, guys. Give me 1 sec, guys. One more second. All right. Sorry about that. We are back. Now, where's my live chat at? Hey, Scott. First of all, you can go fuck off. And always dead air with no advice. This is the barbershop talk. If you don't like it, hit that X button on your browser and get the fuck out of here. All right? We're waiting for a special guest, Greg Kraken Adams. There's no free play here. If you want a free play, go watch another video or go to somebody else's YouTube channel, all right? Hit that unsubscribe button. I don't need your subscription. And please, definitely don't purchase from us, all right? I don't need jackass clients, okay? So hit that thumbs down button and get the fuck out of here, all right? We don't need jackasses. You like that, Brian? We don't got time for dumbasses. We really don't. You want to say there's always dead air? No, we're just chilling. It's the barbershop talk. Read the title. All right? Read the title. Does it say free sports picks? Does it say advice? Does it say this? Does it say that? No, it says Cappers Nation Live, Barbershop Talk, UFC 239. All right? We've got Juan Kraken Adams getting ready to come on live. We're just chilling, hanging out until Juan gets home from his workout, and he's going to come on live and chat with our viewers. You tell him, Brian. So, Scott, make sure you hit that thumbs down button on your way out the door. Thank you. And you're never investing blindly with us. Hell, I gave everybody 2-0 on the free plays yesterday, so kiss my ass. And if you guys don't like cursing, you probably shouldn't watch the barbershop talk. I think every fighter has a, that Chito, that the fighter's punch, Hit one of those big dogs, and you're in the money. Parlay means you got to win all of them, but you win more for your money. A lot of times in the UFC, we'll parlay some heavy favorites together. That payout 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1, give us better odds for a return on our investment. Who wants to come on live and test the live stream for me? See if it works. Anybody want to come on live? Where's our buddy Scott F? You want to come on live? I'll send you the link. We can test out the live feed. You know who we should bring on live, but it'll probably piss some people off. We could bring on Chase, who was finally smart enough to leave Ghost Picks, to leave that sociopath and his drama behind. That's who we should bring on live. Just to piss off the haters. Who dat Bob Bozo would lose it? I hear he already lost it. I heard he already lost it when Chase left him high and dry. But if one of you want to come on live for a minute and test the feed, we can test the feed, that's for sure. We can test it. Hopefully it works. I love it. There's always dead air. It's the barbershop talk. I'm multitasking. And I'm getting more and more excited for the UFC tonight. Can't wait. Can't wait. I liked it, back in the day when it seemed like almost every big event for the UFC was here. I definitely liked it back then. I mean, I still like it now, but... You guys crack me up. I see the Twins got out of that little jam they were in. And Greg, I scroll up, Greg, if you're still here, and I see your comment about no more In-N-Outs, and all I want now is an In-N-Out. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Either that or a Tommy's. Tommy's chili cheeseburger sounds absolutely fantastic. Probably not the best for me, but I'd take it. I'd definitely take it, that's for sure. Hold on one second, guys. One second. I'm almost done. All that dead air. Alrighty. Who dat, Bob? Cap Nation appreciates you. Screw the rest. Absolutely. That's all we're here for. It's the Cap Nation. This is just going to be a fun little segment. We got Juan Kraken Adams, who agreed to come on board with us. Everybody know who Juan Adams is? Juan Kraken Adams. The Kraken Adams, excuse me. He's one of Dana White's Contender Series veterans, now in the UFC. Very outspoken individual. Thinks Greg Hardy's doesn't deserve to be in the UFC, and he's a bad publicity stunt that's about to go wrong. Five and 1 on his professional career, and thinks he's going to put Greg Hardy to work. First 5 fights all came out by knockout. Young guy, very, very young individual. 27 years old, 6'5", 265. Guy's a monster. One thing that he has said is that he's never really taken his conditioning and his training camp seriously, nutrition, and in this one he is, and you can see it. Five wins, all coming by way of knockout. Only loss came to Argentine Bueller by decision in UFC Fight Night 151. Who dat, Bob? No problem. I'll let him know. I don't know what happened. I wasn't in the office, but I'll relay the message to him. Good question, Andre. I'll definitely I'll ask him. Any fight in particular that you want me to ask him about? He's very outspoken and he's very social on Twitter. And if you're a jackass, he'll call your ass out. I know he did like the Diego Sanchez interview. You know, coming from outside the box. You know, that crazy guy. So I think it's going to be a good interview. As long as we can get it to roll right and get everything rolling, I think it's going to be good. Doug, the buy 2 months of UFC, get 2 months free is absolutely awesome. Greg, instead of a double-double, go single-single. Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, Doug, buy 2 months of the UFC, get 2 months free is a killer deal. For $149, guys, you get 4 months of the UFC. Ends up being $9 a week, basically, for the UFC. Let's see here. Yeah, Twins, leadoff triple. There we go, Christopher. Who dat Bob? I have heard from him. He's sent me a couple text messages wishing me well during my recovery and all that good stuff. So I did hear from him. Any test dummies want to test out our live feed, let me know. I'll send you the live feed. You can come on for a minute or two. I'll send you the live link to log in. If any of you want to test out the live feed for me, we see if we get it rolling. Leadoff triple for the Twins is huge. One second, folks. Doug, or not Doug, Greg, you're killing me with the in and out, buddy. Twins runners on first and third, no outs. Could this be a big inning for them? Can the home run kings knock one out? A home run here would make it 6-0. Trying to get somebody to come on live. I'm seeing if they're available. Hold on, guys. While we're killing some time in the barbershop talk. Andre, I heard I did get a text. Aaron, thank you, Andre. I did get a text message from him this morning after the live show. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure yet. I know his phone was on 3%, and he said he'd be in Vegas at 5 p.m. I don't know if that was 5 p.m. his time or 5 p.m. our time, but I'm not sure if he knows that the UFC starts at 3 o'clock. Less than 3 hours. How you doing, Aaron? Thanks for joining us, bud. Just a little barbershop talk. Chip, tube is out, buddy. What was it, 2 or 3 days ago? Aaron, it's always on the ESPN Plus. So you got to either download the app, that ESPN Plus. But I think the prelims should all be on ESPN. We're just waiting for Juan the Kraken Adams. He was driving home from his workout and was going to turn on his laptop and get on his laptop and come join us. Look forward to having the Texas native from Houston, who's going to be fighting Greg Hardy in San Antonio on UFC on ESPN 4 on July 20th, in 2 weeks from now. Big Juan Adams, 5 wins coming by way of knockout. No, unfortunately, we don't accept PayPal for the purchases. Four 4-0 Twins, baby. Thank you for the update, Christopher. Love seeing that. Jonathan, who the F is this skinny guy? Keep the winners coming, KJ. Great to see you back, bud. Absolutely. I had lost 23 pounds, and plan is to keep it off and maybe shed a few more. Chip player Hardy is a prick. Hope he beats that ass. He's saying he's going to, and you know what? We're going to ask him specifically exactly what he thinks. I got a text message. Since it's the barbershop talk, I should talk about Bozo's unanimous red alert that they charged $100 for, that they lost, that we gave out the opposite side as a free play and won. That's funny. Jonathan, In and Out. I'm game. Let's go. Let's go. I'm craving some great In and Out. We are getting ready. Chip, absolutely, yeah. He's I hear he's doing fantastic too. Sales wise and customer wise, and treating customers properly. So that's awesome. Finally got out of that clown's black shadow. For everybody that's just tuning in, this is not a normal Cappers Nation Live. This is just a barbershop talk segment. We've got UFC fighter Juan the Kraken Adams, who's going to be facing off against Greg Hardy in 2 weeks. 5-0 Twins. We got him coming on live. That's what we've been hanging out for. As soon as he was driving home, so as soon as he gets home and logs on his laptop, we're going to be live with Juan the Kraken Adams. Hopefully to talk about what he's going to do to Greg Hardy and why he called him out. Controversial Greg Hardy. That should be a good interview all by itself. So, any minute now, we should be good to go, hopefully. We're just hanging out, chilling, having a good time. Chip. Let's not talk about that one. He is coming off a loss, yes. He did lose a unanimous decision to Arjun Bueller, UFC Fight Night 151 on the Cowboy card. Juan Adams was winning on all the strikes, total strikes, significant strikes, head strikes, body strikes, leg strikes. He just didn't control in the takedown and the control department. He was controlled much more time-wise by Bueller, who ended up getting a unanimous decision, but the scorecard was a little awkward. 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28. How somebody scored at 30-27 should have been a shame on them. Exactly, Chip. I felt the same way. I didn't think the scorecard showed the fight as far as significant strikes, and it wasn't a little amount of strikes either in his fight. I mean, it was it was lopsided, to say the least. Total strikes, 107 out of 212 landed for Juan Adams compared to 69 of 94 for Bueller. Significant strikes, 81 out of 185 for Adams, 41 landed for Bueller. To the head, 32 landed by Bueller, 56 by Juan Adams. Even to the body, 21 of 23 body shots landed by Juan Adams, only 8 landed for Bueller. Leg kicks, 1 for Bueller, 4 out of 4 for Juan Adams. Takedowns, Bueller had 2 takedowns. Other than that, I think the unanimous decision was very, very lopsided in the wrong direction on that one, if you ask me. Let me send that link again. All right, guys, give me a minute. I'll be right back. I'm going to run to the restroom real quick right before we get them, so be right back. We're back. We're back. We're back. I agree with you there on Chip. Or Chip, I agree with you, Chip, on Greg Hardy. Don't forget, folks, little over 2.5 hours before the first official UFC fight goes down, you can get that pick for free. You can get one free fight pick and a write-up in the fight. Just got to click that link. No purchase necessary. For everybody that's just tuning in, this is just a regular barbershop talk segment. Shooting the shit, talking a little shit. Waiting for Juan the Kraken Adams to come on live with us. Twins rolling 5-0. Top of the fifth. I forget who it was, but I know somebody bet the under 5.5. Stack Guap, I'm not giving out any free plays in this video. This is just a barbershop talk segment for the UFC. We've got Juan the Kraken Adams. Hopefully will be joining us here very shortly, live, who's facing off against Greg Hardy. I already gave out 2 free plays. Hey, Blair, how are you, Mr. Brown? I'm doing good. Every day is a big improvement, and little by little getting back to full strength. And absolutely, I'm glad to have you on board for the 2 months of UFC. The UFC package, the buy 2 months, get 2 months free is it really is a killer deal. Excuse me. You're getting UFC for $9 a week. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Glad to have you on board, as well as everybody. No problem, Stack Guap. And we're just shooting the shit, waiting for Juan the Kraken Adams to come on live. Tell us why he's going to knock the snot out of Greg Hardy and how he's going to do it. Give me 1 second, guys. Hopefully our live feed, the interview feed, will work. If anybody wants to come on live and test it out, all you got to do is let me know and I'll send your ass a link and we'll bring your ugly mug on live. For a minute, we'll test it out. Don't be scared. USA versus Netherlands tomorrow. Who's everybody liking in the Women's World Cup? Andre likes USA in the over. When I was down at the Mandalay this morning, I was looking at the odds on that one. Trying to find it on the Play MGM app. But I can't find it for some reason. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't the USA like minus 440? It's great. The MGM app will tell you the trending, which is pretty cool. It'll tell you the trending fights or bets that are going on. And right now, all the top bets right now are coming in are all on the UFC event. Ben Askren still minus 240. Site won't ever let me sign up. I just wanted to get in the system, no dice. What site won't let you sign up? Oh, minus 280. But isn't minus 280 on the three-way? Not plus penalty kicks and extra injury time? Hold on 1 second, folks. Alrighty, I'm back. Just hanging out. Hopefully we get him on board. We had him on live for a second while he was in his car, but the connection wouldn't hold. Who's not on our UFC fight package? If you're not on it, you need to go get on it. For $29.99, you've got the best UFC fight picks that are out there. You will make a ton of money. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me switch over. We've got see if we can be able to hear everything.
What's up?
Everybody, welcome Juan, the Crack, and Adams. You able to hear me, bud? We've got no audio.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You can. I guess he
No
can hear me,
audio?
but I can't
Hold
hear
on.
him. Let's see here. All right, let's try it again.
Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Everybody, welcome Juan, the Crack, and Adams.
Awesome.
Who's gonna beat down on Greg Hardy in 2 weeks? How's your training camp going?
Yeah, that's the plan. It's going super smooth, man. Weight's low. I feel good, feel strong. Normally at this weight, I'm a little cranky and dehydrated, but we kept it low. Been on a pretty tight diet, keeping the cardio up and everything. So I'm feeling good.
Now, I seen, what was it, a week and a half ago, you weighed in at 280. You still had 15 pounds to cut. You still doing all right with the weight cut?
Yep.
How's the cardio?
Definitely. So normally we do my cardio feels good, man. My coaches say I'm moving good, say I'm looking light on my feet, feeling fast, feeling strong. So cardio shouldn't be an issue. Normally we do my water cut from 282, and so it's a cut to get to 282, and then we cut the water out after that. This time I'm walking around at 280 to 285, so it's not as big of a cut, not as harsh of a cut to get to the water cutting stage, and we're within striking distance. So, we can do this in a week. We've got 2 weeks to do it, so gonna make fight week as easy as possible.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Now, for everybody that doesn't know, your first 5 wins all came by knockout. But for everybody that doesn't know about your college career, tell us a little bit about your college career.
Right. So I wrestled collegiately. I had over 100 matches. Was Division One. I ended up doing a 5th year there. I got injured my junior year halfway through the season, so it gave me an extra year of eligibility. I was a 2-year team captain at Virginia Military Institute, which is a small Division One college, but it was still Division One. I placed at a lot of tournaments. I didn't win a whole lot. I think I won the All Academy Championship once, but I placed, sixth, between 4th and 6th place at a lot of tournaments.
Well, with your wrestling background and your 5 wins coming by way of knockout, how do you think that gives you an advantage over Greg Hardy?
I think that one, my opponents were actually there to fight. They weren't afraid of me, so I actually, got in there and had real fights as opposed to him going. It's really easy to beat up somebody that's afraid of you. So mentality-wise, I've been in, dogfights. I've been in wars in there, and he hasn't. He's never had that. So that gives me an advantage there. My fights have all lasted longer than his, so I've got the cardio advantage. And wrestling-wise, he's not demonstrated any real takedown defense. He hasn't really demonstrated an ability to get a takedown, so that really helps me. I feel like I've got the advantage everywhere in this one. I land more strikes per minute than he does. I have a higher volume than he does. I have a faster pace than he does.
Now you're on record for calling him out. This is the fight that you wanted. Tell us what you feel about Greg Hardy and why you asked for this fight. And you don't have to hold back.
I feel that his entire career will be remembered as a publicity stunt. Yeah, I don't like him. I don't like him as a human. I don't like him as a fighter. I don't like the fact that he gets pushed and he's being promoted in the way he has when you have other people that have sacrificed so much and worked so hard to get there. So many other people have to get to the UFC by doing things right, by not making mistakes in their career. And I feel like at every point in his life, he's made major mistakes, and he's capitalizing off of that and getting better opportunities than people that really do put in effort and really do try their hardest and have so much more respect for the sport and just for people in general than he does. So I don't think he's a good human. I don't think he's a good fighter. On top of all that, what it really boils down to is he's not a good person. He's not a good fighter. Period. That's why I don't like him. And he's being treated as this, super athletic powerhouse. He fought Alan Crowder. He's supposed to be this powerhouse, super powerful striker. Alan Crowder just got knocked out in 10 seconds. And Greg Hardy got disqualified by throwing an illegal knee to him. And the knee didn't knock him out. So he's clearly not as strong or as powerful as people think he is. And his gas tank is, suspect at best.
And Greg Hardy's on record being quoted saying that he's the UFC version of Michael Jordan. Any thoughts on him saying he's the UFC version of Michael Jordan? Do you even consider him a real MMA fighter? It's obvious. I know you think he's a publicity stunt.
No. Yeah, if he develops, his career is still young. He could still develop into an MMA fighter for sure. Calling himself the MMA version of Michael Jordan just proves how delusional this guy is. He really believes his own hype. He believes that he's this good fighter, and he fails to realize that he's been set up against bums, man. Like he's stylistically set up to beat every opponent that he's had. And it's ridiculous, and it's a slap in the face to a lot of guys that sacrifice, or to a lot of other fighters that go out their entire career trying to fight the best competition available just to get noticed by the UFC, to get an opportunity that he's been given. And, they're trying to force this on us, and his management or whoever is handpicking his opponents. It's pretty sad, honestly. And for them to agree to fight me proves to me that they think I'm in that category. So he's stepping in there with a completely different beast and calling himself the MMA version of Michael Jordan. I think he was referring to Michael Jordan's baseball career, not basketball.
I love it. Now, a question that a lot of UFC fans have are about UFC jitters. Are they real? Now, are you feeling more confident in the octagon than when you first stepped in?
Yeah. Yeah, they are real. My first fight, I had a lot of jitters. That was a real thing. My second fight, it wasn't so much jitters. I just, I didn't really show up mentally there. I was kind of out of it. It was more like showing up for a day of work that you don't want to be at. And what people fail to realize is it takes a lot to get to that level, right? And for me, it's all happened so fast, so far ahead of schedule that I haven't even really had time to kind of reset and reevaluate my goals. For me, my goal was to get to the UFC. Um, that was a goal that I thought was going to take, a year longer than what it did. So when I got there as quickly as I have, it's all been kind of a rush for me. And yeah, right now my goal now is to get to my next contract. I want to get to my next UFC contract. I want to re-sign with the UFC. So that's my immediate goal. I've reset, I've recalibrated. That's what I want to do. And a lot of people will get on here and say, my goal is to be a champ. My goal is to be this, that, and the other. Heavyweight, things are different, man. Heavyweight's a division where typically the older guys fare better. The champ right now is 40. The average age of the division, I think, is 32 or 33. I'm 27. I've got, even if I were to become a champ at the average age of the division, that's 5 years off, 5 years down the road. So that's not one of those goals that you can just say like, oh, I want to be the champion and then kind of half-heartedly pursue. That's got to be something you are 100% in on, and it requires a complete, change in lifestyle. You have to dedicate everything to it, and you have to put a lot of other things on hold for that. And when I'm ready to do that, I will. But for right now, like, I want to be a complete fighter. I want to be better as an MMA fighter, better as an athlete before I go and I commit myself to trying to become a champion. So right now, my goal is to become as complete of a fighter as I can be. And the only way to do that is to get in the octagon frequently, continually get in there, get over whatever jitters there are so that I can go in there, relax, and show my best performance each time. And when I feel that I'm doing that, that's when we'll start, trying to crack that top 10, trying to crack that top 15, trying to make a title run. But until I'm in there and I reach that level of comfort in the octagon, I'm not going to come out and commit to something like that. Obviously, yeah, everybody wants to be the guy. Everybody wants to be the champion, but few people really understand what that takes. And that's something that I'm working on. That's something that I have to, really sit down and dig deep and really commit to 100%. And I'm not going to do that before I'm ready.
I appreciate that. It's a best way to go right there, if you ask me. Now, a lot of people are saying that Greg Hardy is going to be a huge crowd favorite. Now, you're fighting in your backyard. Houston, San Antonio, you're not that far away. You're going to be fighting in your backyard, but a lot of people are saying that Greg is going to have the crowd in his favor. Do you feed off of that? Even though everybody's going to be rooting for him as the crowd favorite, are you able to feed off of that, and are you
Uh,
preparing
you
yourself
know,
for that possibility?
I'm not. I don't think about the crowd when I go in there. The crowd is the last thing on my mind when I step into the octagon. I hear my coaches. Obviously you're going to hear some of the input from the crowd, but that's not something that concerns me. I hear the noise, but as soon as the cage door is locked, all I'm focused on is what's in there. In my mental preparation, at no point am I ever thinking, what if the crowd's booing me? What if they're cheering for me? To me, noise is noise. It's all a distraction.
That's great that you're able to block out the noise. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. There's no feeding off of it, so that's good. Now, what's your message to Greg Hardy? You don't have to hold back. You don't even have to watch your language. This is your platform. Say whatever you want to say to him. What do you got to say to Greg Hardy before you meet him in 2 weeks?
No, Fuck you, dude. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's pretty simple. I've been consistent with that message. It's fuck Greg Hardy. That's all there is.
I love it. Well, I wish you the best of luck in 2 weeks on your match against Greg Hardy. And hopefully we can have you on the program either before or even after your fight. I appreciate you taking time out of your training camp. I know you've been very busy. And I appreciate you coming on board live with us for all our viewers. And, I do have one more question for you. Any thoughts on the card
No
tonight?
problem, man. Thank you. Go for it.
Any thoughts on the card for tonight?
Man, it's a great card, honestly. It's one of those few times. Yeah, it's one of those few times I can really just sit back and enjoy it as a fan of martial arts, of mixed martial arts. The biggest toss up on the card for me is Masvidal versus Askren. I just have no clue where that fight's gonna go. I love both fighters. I picked Masvidal, but that's like a true toss up for me. Every fight though, I'm excited to watch because with Jones, yeah, I feel like Jones is a way better fighter overall than Santos, but Santos, he's got that power where he can touch you and end it. So there's always that aspect of it. Holly Holm versus Amanda Nunes is a really great stylistic matchup. I'm really excited to see that. I really think Holly Holm has a real shot at that one. And, the rest of the card is just good, high level fights. I can't wait to watch. It's one of those things where, like, I don't bet on it. I just want to sit back. I'm not even going out to watch it. I'm sitting at home. I'm buying the fight, and I'm watching it with my roommate and, like, my girlfriend and two friends coming over. Just going to sit there and enjoy it. I don't know. I'm really happy for it. I'm really excited.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Oh, I already said one last question, but we're going to ask one more. For all of our sports bettors and UFC fight bettors out there, why should they pick you and bet on you in 2 weeks?
Because, no matter how you look at it, Greg Hardy's never fought anyone on my level before. He's never fought somebody that's actually going to be in there to hit him, and he's never fought someone that's not afraid of him. I'm going to win this fight, period. So that's why you should pick me. Historically speaking, it's safer to bet on me than bet against me. But, if you like wasting money, bet on Greg.
Awesome. Thank you, Juan. I appreciate you coming and joining us, and good luck in 2 weeks. If I don't get to talk to you before 2 weeks, best of luck on your fight against Greg Hardy, and we'll hopefully talk to you soon.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Thank you, and enjoy your night tonight. All right, everybody. Would love to thank Juan the Kraken Adams for coming in and joining us today. Hopefully, you guys were able to hear that. And guys. So thank you again to Juan. Good luck against Greg Hardy, and hopefully we'll be able to have him back on board coming up and leading up to his big fight in 2 weeks. All right, guys, you know what time it is. It's 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Fights are 2 hours away. That means If you're not already on board our UFC fight package, get on board right now. $29.99 will get you all of our official fight picks. Now, there might be a technical difficulty. I did just get a message that Beatdown After the Bell, they're having internet issues, and they're not sure if the internet will be restored at the studio tonight. So, waiting to find out if Beatdown After the Bell will be pre-recorded or live. I'm hoping it's going to be live, but if it's not, it'll be pre-recorded for everybody. But hopefully it will be live as planned. Again, thanks everybody for hanging in there with me while we waited to get Juan on with us live. He's super, super busy with his training camp, and I'm just very happy and privileged to have Juan Adams on board with us live. So again, thanks everybody. More interviews coming up in the next weeks to come, and with some fighters, as well as some other good stuff in the UFC that we're branching off into doing. So 5-1 Twins up. As Andre said, it's true. Hardy hasn't fought anyone of his caliber, and I absolutely can't wait to watch that fight. I'm actually debating flying to San Antonio to go to that event. Myself, personally, I may end up going to that event. We'll wait and see if I can break away from the office, which would be nice to go see a UFC event away from Las Vegas. All right, guys and gals, thanks everybody for joining us. I'm going to go live again probably before I enter the T-Mobile Arena. Remember, follow me on Twitter at CapNationKyle. Because I know for a fact the T-Mobile Arena will block me going live on YouTube. I'm going to try and go live on Twitter from there. Here's a direct link to my Twitter. Follow me live on Twitter at CapNationKyle. If I'm able to go live from the event, obviously I'm not going to show you the event because that would be illegal and I don't want to get kicked out. But if I can go live, talk about what we've been betting on and all that stuff, I definitely will. All right, guys, take it easy, and we will see you guys soon. Thanks for all tuning in. I know we had a small little crowd, but for everybody that hung in with me for the Juan Adams interview, I appreciate it. It's actually the first time we had anybody on live in over a year, and with this new software, first time ever. So small little delay in the questions at first, but I think we got it worked out and hammered out, so I think it worked out. So hopefully you guys were able to hear everything and all good on your guys' side. So good luck to everybody that's betting premium plays, my personal plays, everybody on the Twins, everybody on the Twins over. Good luck to everybody. Let's make some money tonight on the UFC. If you want a free UFC fight pick, it's one of the very first fights. You get it absolutely free. All you got to do is head to the website, cappersdirect.com, click on the UFC link. Thanks, guys. Hey, I'm not an interviewer by any means. I'm definitely not a reporter. I'm just a sports bettor who they threw in front of a camera. So I promise the interviews will get much better in the future, especially if I'm doing them. I prefer not to have to do them, but I like doing them, especially with the UFC fighters and some of the other people we got coming on board in the future. So, all right, guys, take it easy. We'll see you guys soon. Good luck to everybody. And if you're in town for the UFC, you better be reaching out to me. We'll get together. All right, guys, take it easy.